Hello, my friends. I'm here with you. Take one slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your eyes rest for a moment. You do not need to hurry. Just listen slowly. When you are ready, we will begin. Have you ever wondered about pizza? Today, it feels very normal. It feels like an easy food. It arrives in a box. It sits on a table. People share it without thinking much. But this simple food is older than it looks. It comes from a long human path. It comes from work, travel, and crowded life. Long ago, food like this mattered deeply, not because it was special, because it helped people live. Long before big cities, people lived close to the land. They moved when weather changed. They watched animals. They searched for water. They carried only what they could carry. In that kind of life, food had to be simple. Food had to be strong. Food had to travel well. Food had to feed many people from a small amount. Then, slowly, some groups began to stay longer in one place. They built small homes from what they had. They cleared small fields. They learned how to keep grain. They learned how to save seeds for the next season. With grain came a new daily rhythm. People worked the field, and then they worked at home. When the sun went down, work did not always stop. Grain still needed to become food. Imagine a small home at the edge of a field. The air is quiet in the early morning. A fire is low and steady. A flat stone sits on the ground. A second stone moves back and forth. A person's hands are dusty with grain. Their arms move in a slow, practiced way. The sound is soft, but it does not stop. The grain becomes meal. The meal becomes dough with water. The dough becomes a flat shape, and near the heat, it becomes bread. This bread was not fancy. It was often rough. It was often simple, but it was useful. It could be held in one hand. It could be carried to work. It could be shared without plates. People learned a quiet trick. Flat bread could hold other food. Beans could sit on it. Greens could sit on it. Oil and herbs could sit on it. A small piece of meat could sit on it. It could become a full meal without bowls or heavy tools. This is one early root of pizza. Not the modern version, but the idea is already there. A flat base, something on top, heat. A meal that fits work and movement. As settlements grew, trade grew too. People began to travel for things they could not make at home. They carried salt, they carried cloth, they carried metal, they carried grain and oil. Trade brought roads. Roads brought markets. Markets brought crowded days. In busy places, people needed food that was quick. A worker could not wait long. A traveler could not cook a slow meal. A person selling goods in a market needed something fast and filling. So flat bread moved closer to the street. A baker could make many pieces. A seller could hold them warm. A person could buy one piece and keep walking. Picture a narrow street in a crowded town. People pass close to each other. A donkey cart moves slowly. Someone calls out prices. Smoke rises from cooking. A seller stands near heat, watching a simple flat bread brown. They brush a little oil. They add a pinch of herbs. They hand it over quickly. Coins change hands. The buyer eats while walking. In places near warm seas, oil became important. Oil made bread taste richer. Oil helped bread stay good longer. Oil also traveled well in jars. Herbs mattered too. They were small but strong. They made simple food feel less plain. They could be dried and carried. They could move with traders and travelers. And then, slowly, towns grew into cities. Cities brought crowds. Crowds brought noise. Crowds also brought worry, because food had to stay steady. Leaders learned something by watching the streets. When flour was low, people spoke in tighter voices. People stood closer together. They looked at the baker's door more often. In some cities, grain was kept in a storehouse with a guard. A worker might walk past it on the way to a market. They could not open the door. They could only hope the bread would stay steady. So bread became part of daily life in the city. People felt it in simple ways, in the price written near a shop, in the coins in a hand, in the question, "Is there enough today?" Now think of another quiet change: shared ovens. In some places, families cooked at home. In other places, ovens were shared. A strong oven could bake many breads in one day. It could feed a whole street. Imagine a line near a shared oven. People hold small trays. They carry dough on cloth. A child grips the edge of a tray with both hands. A person in front steps forward, then steps back. Heat comes out when the door opens. The baker inside moves fast because the line is long. Now stay with this line for a little longer. A person near the back shifts their tray from one arm to the other. Their hands are tired from work, but they keep holding it steady. Someone whispers to a child to stop touching the hot wall. A neighbor nods but does not speak much because the day is heavy. When the baker calls a name, a person steps forward quickly. They slide their dough inside. They watch the flame because a small mistake could burn the food. They wait with their eyes on the oven door. When it is done, they pull it out fast so the next person can go. In places with shared ovens, heat is valuable. If you own the oven, you choose whose tray goes in first. You can set the price. And on hard days, someone can be told gently, "Not today." Most days it is not cruel. It is just life in a crowded place. But even small choices can matter. A poor family can miss a meal if they cannot pay. A worker can go back to work hungry if the line is too long. Over time, people moved again and again. Some moved because land failed. Some moved because war came close. Some moved because rulers pushed them. Some moved because work pulled them. When people move, they carry habits with them. They carry the ways they cook. They carry the ways they share food. They carry what feels familiar. Flat bread traveled easily. It could be made in many places. Fire could be made almost anywhere. Grain could be traded. So the base remained even when the place changed. But what sat on top often changed. Near coasts, people used fish or salted foods. In fields, people used onions and greens. In mountain places, people used cheese from animals. In dry places, people used dried meat or dried herbs. So the same idea became many local foods. The shape stayed familiar. The details changed with land and work. Then another ingredient slowly entered daily cooking in some places: the tomato. At first, many people did not trust it. It looked too bright. It tasted sharp when raw. So for a long time, many people avoided it. But in poor neighborhoods, people often used what was available. They could not waste food. They could not be too picky. So tomatoes were cooked slowly in a pot. They softened. They broke down. They became a thick sauce that could cover bread. And when that sauce touched warm bread, a small meal felt fuller. Now the idea comes closer to what we call pizza. Flat bread, a spread of sauce, a little oil, herbs, and sometimes cheese when people could afford it. In crowded places, this mattered. Crowds meant long workdays. Crowds meant small kitchens. Crowds meant little time. A food that could be held, shared, and eaten quickly fit that life. People could buy it in small pieces. They could share one large piece with a family. They could eat without plates. They could eat while standing. Now we come to the hard chapter. We will keep it calm and honest. This food was built on labor. Not only the labor of cooks, the labor of fields and fuel and carrying. Think of grain again. Grain asks for many days of work. Fields must be cleared. Seeds must be protected. Harvest must be gathered quickly. Sacks must be carried. Then the grinding returns day after day. A person sits or kneels near a stone. Their arms move until they are tired. They keep going because bread is needed. In many homes, this daily work was not shared equally. Often the same people did it again and again. Often they had little choice. Often their work was unseen because bread was expected. Now think of fuel. Wood must be gathered. Wood must be carried. In crowded towns, fuel can cost money. If you cannot buy much, you cannot bake much. So poorer families sometimes depended on shared ovens. And shared ovens meant waiting. Waiting in a line, waiting with children, waiting after a long workday. Picture a person holding dough wrapped in cloth. They look at the oven door. They count the trays ahead. They shift weight from one foot to the other. The heat is close, but the bread is not ready yet. This is a small scene, but it happened many times. Food like pizza grew out of these lives. It fed people, and it also shows us something simple. In every place, food follows work, and work is not equal for everyone. Even the toppings carry work behind them. Oil needs trees and harvest. Cheese needs animals and care. Salt needs places that have it and people who carry it. Herbs need knowledge and trade. So yes, pizza feels simple, but it sits on a long chain of human work. And before the modern world arrives, pause for a moment. Think of the old world fading slowly. More people, more streets, more ovens, more daily pressure to make food faster. Now the world changes again. Machines arrive. Mills turn fast. Flour becomes cheap and fine. It travels far in large bags. Ovens change too. Heat becomes easier to control. Baking becomes faster. A shop can make more food in less time. Cities grow larger than ever. Workdays become timed by clocks. People take short breaks. People come home tired. Cooking every meal slowly becomes harder. A food like pizza fits this new life very well. It is fast to cook in a hot oven. It can be shared. It can feed a group. It can be sold in slices. It can be carried home. Roads improve. Cold storage improves. Ingredients move farther than before. What used to be local slowly becomes the same in many places. In a large kitchen, someone measures flour again and again. The scale stays on the table all day. A worker stirs a big pot of sauce until it looks the same each time. Cheese arrives cold in a truck, stacked in boxes. A manager checks a list and signs a paper. Someone carries the boxes into a cool room and shuts the door. Then the day moves on, step by step. Outside, the city keeps moving. A delivery rider waits at a corner with a warm bag. They look at a screen for an address. They lift the bag carefully because it must stay flat. They ride through traffic and stop at a building door. A student opens the door with tired eyes. A worker opens the door still wearing work clothes. A family opens the door with children behind them. Inside, a table is cleared in a simple way. The box opens. Steam rises for a moment. Hands reach in. For the person eating, it feels simple. For the people making it, the day is long. The work is still there. It is just farther away from the table. And pizza becomes familiar in many countries. A traveler can recognize it. A student can afford it sometimes. A worker can eat it quickly. A family can share it. It also changes as it spreads. In one place, it becomes thin and crisp. In another, it becomes thick and soft. In one place, it carries local spices. In another, it carries more cheese. In one place, people fold it in the hand. In another, people eat it with a knife and fork. The core stays the same: flat base, topping, heat, sharing. Now come back to the beginning again, quietly. Long before tall buildings, someone flattened dough near a fire. They cooked it fast. They put something simple on top. They shared it with others. That small act fits a long human story. People settling into villages, people building towns, people trading across roads and seas, people working long days, people moving to new places, people trying to eat even when life is hard. Pizza today carries that long path in a quiet way, not as a lesson, just as a reminder. Next time you hold a slice, pause for 1 second. Feel the warmth. Notice how easy it is to eat. Notice how easy it is to share. Then, for a moment, think of older hands. Hands grinding grain on stone. Hands carrying wood for heat. Hands stretching dough on a worn table. Hands selling simple food on a busy street. Hands waiting in a line at a shared oven. This one ordinary food fits inside human life across time. It followed movement. It followed work. It changed with trade. It changed with cities. It changed with machines. And now it sits in your hands, in the present. Quiet, warm, simple, full of a long human past. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.